I mean, they're not smarter than Minerva. That's for damn sure. That nigga, I think that nigga got something on him, but
he got a bunch of shit up the pocket.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I found interesting was basically at the very end, SungJoo said that he's going to teach the kids how to survive in the forest or whatever.
Oh yeah.
How to escape. So he's probably going to give them something.
Find a fucking lead. Find a fucking lead.
Yo, Mr. Good Guy here, aka MGG, and you just joined a decent crew. We're just a group of guys who discuss, review, rank, and poke fun at all the things we love and hate in manga, anime, and everything else. So sit back and relax because it's all decent over here, man. Run it.
I've been working on this record for a minute, still I feel like nothing that I do is good enough. My insecurities are creeping in, so they will sleep until the music ain't funny when other people see your pen as I'm using the.
Let's move into this Promised Neverland 47 review.
Stories of the Old is the name of the chapter. So basically what happened within this chapter of Promised Neverland is the reveal of the history of this world that they all live in. So the kids thought that it was 30 years that this world began to change into what it is right now with the demons running everything, but that turned out to be a huge misunderstanding. What happened actually, which was 1,000 years ago, there was huge fighting between these demons and the humans, in which they eventually came to a truce amongst each other, and basically they decided to, I guess you could say, split the planet up, in which one section would be completely run by the demons and another section would be completely run by the humans, in which they would completely sever off the passage between those two areas so that nobody could say, you know what, I feel like going and killing demons, or I feel like going to eat some humans. It completely severed that path between the two worlds, in which the kids were like, damn, I guess that really does mean that their mother Elizabeth had been born into that demon world. Mm-hmm. And essentially the idea of the plantations is that as a truce, I guess like a parting gift, even though it's kind of fucked up to think about it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
As a parting gift for the humans being able to leave and live their own lives, they left some of the humans behind so that these demons would be able to create their own human plantation for eating this delicacy known as humans. And that's basically how this, I guess the first 40 chapters came to be what it is. Essentially, this plantation of humans being created as a result of a truce that happened 1,000 years ago, in which the SungJoo, he thought that the kids would have felt hopeless after realizing that going back was so far out of reach, but in actuality, they felt a lot of hope. And you can say that, considering that they fucking grew up in an area where they were under full surveillance, mm-hmm. and they were still able to break out and escape, and they're still alive right now. Being able to break out of a prison like that, you can consider that they would easily have confidence that they'd also be able to leave out of this fucking jungle, because it probably seems like a cakewalk compared to going to a place that has full surveillance on you, and you basically should have zero hopes of ever being able to escape. Mm-hmm. So that's the interesting thing with that. And they also think that Mr. Minerva was the one guy who must have been passing between the human world and the demon world in order to give them little pieces of what humans have been making over the years, so that they'd be able to stay up to date with.
It's kind of like an arms dealer almost.
Yeah.
Or smuggler.
And while he's smuggling things into the demon world, he's also giving them little tips on how to get the fuck up out of Dodge. Mm-hmm. So that definitely makes things a lot more interesting. Even though I doubt that it's Minerva himself that's crossing between the two worlds.
Who do you think it is? I kind of believe that theory.
I mean, what's to say that Minerva's not giving specific packages to the person that's actually doing all of the traveling? Maybe Minerva's just this extremely smart ass dude who's like paralyzed or whatever, but he's got fucked up or something. But because it's usually some type of handicap that somebody has when they're like beyond smart, beyond your wildest imagination.
Like genius level, you're saying?
Yeah, like pain or whatever. Like he's you could consider him probably like potentially like one of the strongest motherfuckers ever. But
yeah, you mean like in Naruto, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Everybody has some type of handicap with the kids, them still being kids, whatever, so they can't fucking fight anybody. So I'm thinking that Minerva is not the one who's traveling himself, but he's like a mastermind that's basically he's facilitating probably a lot of shit. He probably has his whole large operation for being able to try to get these kids released, and maybe even fight back at some point.
Yeah, I got two things. One, the stuff that they're getting is still kind of old. I've noticed that, and their year is supposed to be like 220 something, right? Like it's supposed to be semi-current. Mm-hmm. So the stuff that they've been getting has still not really been recent. So I'm wondering why that is. And then two, I'm wondering if one good thing is that it's good to know that humans can take demons. Because I was like a little bit surprised. Like I was like, oh, they're definitely like whatever. But for the fact that there was like a war between the two, that means there's enough means to actually be able to like defeat these demons.
Exactly.
I don't know where that is or how they're gonna explain it, but they pretty much were at a stalemate because that's why they made this truce to take half the world.
Yep.
So that's good to see. The only thing is now that that's been the way for so long, I wonder if the human half knows about the demon half. Like, I wonder if the human half, after this, like, demon thing happened, if it went into, like, some type of lore type thing. So, like, let's say this happened, like, in Vikings time.
It sound like a story to try to scare the children or whatever. Yeah,
exactly. Like, they don't believe it anymore. Like, they've kind of forgotten about it and like, have just went normal.
Right.
So,
meanwhile, the demons probably they probably have, like, much longer lives or whatever. So
and been chilling, remembering the story and then, like, keeping it going. And they might even have some plans to take it over. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's ever going to get that big, though. I feel like they might not get to the point where they're like... I can only see that happening if they cross to the human world. And then the demons try to make it seem like some type of violation. And say, well, this human left to over there, so that broke the terms of the truce. So, it's on, nigga. Like, let's go.
I can see that.
But yeah, so I was really excited just to see that, okay, humans have the means to take on these demons, and I just wonder if the human world is still cognizant of the fact that that demon world exists. And then I'm sure at some point they're going to explain to us why these specific families were selected as a means to, like, as a parting gift or whatever. I wonder, because I don't know how modern the world was when this initial war happened. It seemed like it was kind of back in the day because of, like, they looked... Like they were using bows. I have to remember the pictures, but I think it looked like they were using bows and arrows.
There were definitely not any guns during those times.
Yeah, so because if it was more modern, I would say maybe they were identified as like lesser beings or prisoners or whatever, and they said, okay, we'll just give you like our shit people, and this is your gift. You guys can eat them all you want. Like in a nice sense.
I don't think it was completely the shit people, because it seemed like they were definitely trying to get the cream of the crop humans.
Yeah.
So
well, they developed that system.
It might have evolved to make them smarter over 1,000 years. So I
definitely think they developed that system to do that. I wonder though if they're gonna go to like the human world and be like basically like high level, amazing ass fucking geniuses compared to everyone else in the human world.
Yeah, I can expect that.
Yeah,
and they'll be out there running shit and creating an army or doing whatever.
I mean, they're not smarter than Minerva, that's for damn sure. That nigga, I think that nigga got something on him, but
he got a bunch of shit up the pocket.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I found interesting was basically at the very end, SungJoo said that he's going to teach the kids how to survive in the forest or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Escape. So he's probably going to give them some
Find a fucking lead.
He's going to give them some major keys, right? Dude.
I did think it was weird that he was so cold though. Like, it's just like he's not. I want him to be like a helper, like a real helper for the team, but he seems kind of like distant. Like he just thinks about things very logically, yeah. Like it just doesn't seem like he's gonna be like a friend to the group, yeah. But it just seems like he's very like distant from the actual group. Like the other girl seems like she'll be like, oh yeah, I'll help you guys out or I'll follow you around. And SungJoo's kind of like, I was bored, so I did this.
I told you already. SungJoo's a Ray ass nigga.
Yeah.
And what's her name? She got a Spanish name.
Yeah, I'm talking about Musica.
Yeah, she's a Emma as There you go.
I guess so.
That sounds weird.
But Ray doesn't come off as detached as SungJoo does to me. SungJoo comes off as like, I was bored, so I did it.
Ray,
like he just be telling people, like he's just like, yeah, these.
What you mean?
That's
In the beginning,
it.
Ray was very detached from everybody.
But I don't get the oh, I just did this because I'm bored type shit. Like now Ray is closer.
I don't think that's really why he did it. He did it because music had told his ass to do it.
True.
He trying to get
he probably fucks with her. Yeah, I see what you're saying. All right, but yeah, that's all I had to add for that shit.
Rating?
I probably give this a. Wow, this is gonna get higher than decent, but it's definitely not lit. It'll get a decent plus. It's definitely good to get this information. That's like one big story question that's been answered.
Exactly.
Next one is like, who is Minerva? When are we gonna get to see him? And then like, what does the human world look like? There's a couple other big ones out there, but I'm glad they answered this one. 50 chapters in, we got a good answer. So.
I give it a decent until because once again, like you were saying, there was some nice ass vital information that they gave us. Plus, I'm very curious to see what SungJoo has in his pocket to teach these kids. Because I feel like they're about to get a major upgrade.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that part then. I might bump my rating up to a decent sell then.
Yo, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video. If you want to hear some more content, check out our other videos on the channel, or you can check out our podcast, The Decent Podcast, where we talk about all this and more. Links to all of our social media will be in the description box below. In the meantime, in between time, I gotta go get something to eat. I'm out of here. Peace.
I want it all. I said I'm mentally tough. Oh, what you thought I would quit? Even on days when I feel at my worst, I will get off my ass and then get back to work. Law. Ain't nobody gonna get it for you. Better go ahead and get it by your motherfucking self. By yourself, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna get it for you. Better go ahead and get it by your motherfucking